Welcome back to Everyone Needs an Aquarius. We are back. Dom, how are you doing?
I'm on spring break. I'm trying to rest. I've been waking up still pretty much at my normal time, which is frustrating because I'm like staying up later. I'm like, can I just sleep in just for an extra hour and a half?
That's all you need.
So after this recording, I'm gonna try to take a nap. I know I'm gonna need a nap because I have a lot of stuff to do. I got up this morning and made breakfast, and then I went back to the grocery store because the Aldi I went to in this one neighborhood had all this stuff mixed in, and I ended up buying seedless lemons and oranges, and the strawberries were not that fresh, so I took them to Burbank. And then this black chick helped me and got a lemon and cut into it to make sure. It was a whole thing. And so I got my lemon. I cut my lemon. My lemon had seeds. I was happy. I did not prevail on the oranges, so I'm gonna have to go somewhere else and get my fruit, my oranges. And I'm really mad because they have like those blood oranges. And one time they had seeds, and this time I had seeds, so I'm just like irritated. But other than that, I'm okay. And that's okay. I feel like my inner thoughts have been kicking my ass. I've been angst. I almost had a meltdown inside of Home Goods today, but it's okay. How are you? How's that whatever that bug is that's trying to take you down?
Oh man, I'm super super hype. I mean, my school, the Iowa State Cyclones, are in the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament. I got to go down there to see the games, and it got sick.
That's how it be sometimes, That is how it be.
It was so messed up because, man, it's my worst fear in general. Me having went to a PWI is playing a HBCU at any point in my life. I don't want to play him at all because I felt like Tiana Taylor at the Oscars. Let me let the people think about that for a second. Everybody's cheering for another movie, but you can't not cheer for the movie you in.
Yeah, I mean
But I'm saying, but people was like, like I felt like her, like I can't not cheer for the school I went to. They gave me a full ride. What am I supposed to do?
I mean,
exactly. Tiana Taylor at the Oscars.
Oh, okay. So wait.
Yep. We played Tennessee State in the first round.
Huh?
We played Tennessee State in the first round.
Okay. I was gonna say, or is it more so you just? It wouldn't be because Tiana Taylor was cheering. It would be more so somebody is the security guard trying to block you from getting on stage.
Now, yeah, I mean, it was just that every time I would be cheering because I won a whole bunch of everybody. It was like I'd be by myself, and we won by 40-some points almost. So,
shit, yeah, that's like a blowout.
Yeah, it was. We was done by the middle of the first half. Everybody was kind of like we was just kicking it then. And it was bad because all my Tennessee State friends like, man, our band is cooking though. Like literally, it was like our band is cooking.
Yeah.
So it's this, So it's and then I had to educate people on the Black history of Iowa State at a bar beforehand with some Tennessee State people and shit.
Yeah, y'all know because y'all know he was definitely on the what do they call the Black African American?
No, I mean people don't know the history of it.
Webster.
So the first Black student that went to Iowa State was George Washington Carver. That's why a whole bunch of stuff is named after him in my school.
Oh, I did not know that.
The very first Black student to graduate from Iowa State is George Washington, and we're the only Division I stadium of a Power 5 school named after a Black man.
Okay, I love it.
Jack Trice,
Iowa, because Iowa seems very white.
Yeah, for sure. I ain't gonna try to. We ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Even though there are a couple of blacker towns in Iowa, I will say that.
Okay.
Like Tracy Spencer is from Waterloo. That's like a half black, half white town in Iowa. The singer Tracy Spencer. The singer Tracy Spencer.
Tender Kisses.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's from Waterloo.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
Well,
I mean, even more Nia Long's from Iowa too.
really?
What's homeboy
More?
that
Well, her sister. Okay, so I
oh,
know some
Gabrielle
more.
Union's from the western part of Iowa though too. Like she's from Council Bluffs.
Okay, now some more with some more like where was she? Because I know they're half siblings.
Yeah, that was because her mom had her raised in Iowa to a certain age and moved to California.
Oh, okay.
So Samore's not from there, but they got the same dad though. I
Daddy,
believe.
right? They got the same
Yeah.
daddy. Yes.
And then what's the dude? Hill Harper is from Iowa too.
He looked like he from Iowa. And that's
and
no shade.
Robin Thede is too.
She looked like she's from Iowa.
it's some other cats though too, man.
Because aren't they biracial?
No, Hill Harper's not.
He's not. Wait,
No.
isn't Hill Harper like adopted or something? No, he has an adopted child.
He has an adopted son.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Hill Harper.
T-Boz is from Des Moines, Iowa. T-Boz is.
Okay, so we do know a lot of blacks from Iowa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just more than you think it'd be there. They just don't mention it as much. Because she didn't move to Atlanta till she's like 15 and 16.
Oh wow, right before TLC?
Exactly. Because it's a gang of people up there in Iowa that she go up to Iowa and kick it a lot, like with people, because she got family there still in Des Moines.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's Iowa history for y'all.
Yeah. She was born in Des Moines, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, shout out.
A lot of history.
That's what I was going to say. Shout out to the Black History Moment here on the Aquarius Podcast, sponsored by Iowa State.
So, hey, before we get in our main topics, have you seen this Bachelorette that's getting canceled because of the chick from the Mormon show beating up on her dude?
Yes, and that accident. Well, I don't know if it was an accident. The kid got caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, but like, I'm just saying, like, how does she? Because don't the Bachelorette? Because you watch those more? Don't they do like 15, 20 background? I'm sorry.
You said you watch those more.
Yeah.
I don't watch that show.
You've never watched The Bachelor or Bachelorette?
No, I watched The Bachelor the very first season, and then.
Well, no, I'm saying you understand the background stuff, like what you have to do in the back. I mean, like the behind the scenes of a lot of those dating shows more. I'm just saying you just understand it more, the concepts. Because I thought they had to do like 55 background checks on you.
I thought you were saying it like I stand there. I'm like, damn, you
no. I'm saying you keep abreast, like you know the business side of it. I'm saying
yeah. Well, and I would say I only know what it is for Married at First Sight because somebody sent me the application. So I don't know what the criteria is.
I heard it's like 30 or 40 background checks you do and like all kind of stuff, and there's no way that got through that they just wanted her on there.
No, so apparently the story goes, for the people that are that don't know, apparently they were aware of her abuse history, but since there was no video to back it up at that time, and then the video coming out, of course, I don't see a CEO of a company that, I mean, ABC is owned by Disney, and I'm not gonna say they innocent. It's an interesting thing, simply because on the flip side of that, you have the guy, I think he was on The Bachelorette, he was on Traitors this past season. And there was a lot of controversy surrounding that because he had at one point was stalking the girl, and she had a restraining order against him, and it was supposed to be all of this stuff like surrounding this couple, and then he ultimately comes out of the closet. And Andy did confront him about it, and he just was like, I'm in a different place, blah 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 blah. And so he got this redemption story. So I don't know if it is something where, I don't know. It's just a weird, it's an interesting situation, just because they're saying that ABC might be able to turn around and sue her because of the money that they lost.
And then there's some of the people on the show are suing too, right? That were on the
I don't
season.
know if I haven't heard.
Yeah, they said they were, because they said that people were like, yeah, I guess people quit their jobs because you're gonna be on there for a certain amount of time. People like trying to sue them for like time with their children. They're saying like all kind of stuff that they're suing ABC for doing because they ain't gonna be able to get on TV now.
Yeah, because I mean, all they like, okay.
Low key, I throw it on the streaming. Like, don't even throw it like it's the lost season. You know what I'm saying? Like, and make it like it's a naughty thing.
Or like what they should do, which is crazy.
And get some lower sponsors, lower level
just
sponsors.
Recast her. Like, sorry, y'all have to go through the season again, recast her. But now we can't guarantee you what the outcome will be because we're gonna recast her. But I would get
the one dude that won like is mad because he proposed, I guess, to something. No, I guess the dude that won.
I mean, it's the fact that the word on the curb is that they knew about her past. Because it wasn't like this was a one. It seems like how it has been presented. Again, it's the internet. Things can be misconstrued and fabricated, but how it has been presented is as if she had kind of like a history of being kind of abusive.
Yeah, like she be wilding, they saying. Like if there was a man on like this, they would have been like.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm like. They were aware, but they just were not aware of. And they did it simply for ratings, which a network, yes, that makes sense. And so you're trying to conceal certain things. So I'm pretty sure this, yeah, they should sue them because if they can prove it, if they can prove that they were aware and still proceeded to pass go with her, y'all should be liable.
Ooh, that they're going to pay out some of these brothers that was on her then, basically.
I think they get paid anyway. I think that it's not huge.
But I think people think they're gonna leverage it to some other bread though.
Well, so that's what I was gonna say when when you said people were upset that those guys were, and that's what it was. It forgives you a level of visibility.
She had a lot of black dudes that's in her damn cast more than I've seen.
Cause I saw a picture of her and I was like, is she about no? But I think it was just heavily.
She got like 6 or 7 black dudes in her cast.
But I was thinking
she's Mormon, so I'm trying to figure out how that roll. I would have preferred all white cast in that position.
You know, people fetishize like our men. We're aware of that. But I also some of the pictures I saw of her, I ain't even trying to be.
She looks like she's biracial sometimes.
She looked like she biracial.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, she looks like she is kind of biracial.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the one here for like the main one. She looks like she's just a light-skinned black girl.
Yeah. But then you see her like and certain other stuff, you were like, I don't know.
Who's her daddy? That's the
right.
question. Who the pappy?
Cause she clearly
she got some melanin in her somewhere.
I cannot believe they still have these images on their page.
What do you mean?
Because they have pictures of Taylor like March 15th. And they still have the trailer up. Oh, they added it's a community note on there though. They said as of 3/19. I ain't never seen this. Where they add it's a community note. And it says, written by an Instagram user, as of 3/19, ABC has canceled the upcoming series amid a police investigation involving Taylor Frankie Paul.
They just trying to get some more money off that monetizing on there. If you clicking. If you
somebody said we grew up watching Jersey Shore air the damn show.
I kind of want to see it now. And I don't even watch.
Yeah, somebody said, and this makes sense. Like I told you, this girl said they didn't cancel it because they saw the video. They canceled it because we saw it. I told you they were aware.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of people that's saying release the video. They air this season. Like they even still have her video up. I would like archive her stuff. Like y'all care about Brandon at this point. It's like this is a mess.
All right, let's slide on
It's-
into something
It was
else.
like white people drama.
Yeah,
It's been a lot of white people drama this week that's been
it has.
interesting.
As
So, but
soon
I
as
just don't
saw
know
that,
what y'all want to talk about or not, because it's been
as soon as I saw that, I was like, "This is right up Dime's alley." I know she got all the background information for us.
and I just honestly I just randomly saw it one day, but like I said, man, they only canceled that shit because it got out.
Mm.
Y'all not slick.
Yeah, no.
Y'all, it gotta be quicker than that. Y'all not slick. Are you watching Paradise?
No.
You not watching Paradise?
I need to catch up to it. I'm tripping.
Okay, all right then. Well, Megan Good has signed on for season 4 of Reasonable Doubt as a series regular.
Okay.
So that should bring you some joy.
Yeah, I mean, we and her still are in, we're in a trepid state right now. So
Okay, that's fair.
Her and the other guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much?
The
how
one
much
that always look constipated.
Yeah.
He always look constipated and nervous. Like I always said.
And how much am I supposed to put up with? You know what I mean? If
I listen. I too feel your pain. I get it. So yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. All right, Dom. Let's jump into some more stuff. All right, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this for you, Dom, and you give me the lay of the land for real. What really happened with this situation?
A downtown LA restaurant ends with several women being taken to the hospital with stab wounds.
3 suspects were also taken into custody, and Gigi Graciette is live in downtown with all the details. Gigi.
It was quite the end to a private party yesterday afternoon. Take a look at the video. This clip shared on Citizen app shows the large police and fire presence with multiple victims down in different locations. And there was the search for the suspects. And there were a lot of people who were simply watching all the drama unfold at Zaya Restaurant on 7th in downtown LA. And boy, there was certainly a lot of drama. This morning, we have exclusive new information on what happened as the private party was wrapping up. Apparently, servers brought the party the bill, and that's when sources tell us the fighting started. It was 4:40 in the afternoon, and apparently the all-girl group disagreed on something and started arguing with each other. That's when police confirm one of the women pulled out a knife and another one grabbed a bottle. The war of words quickly escalating into a very dangerous fight. Ultimately, the fire department says they evaluated 5 people at the scene, transporting 4 of them, all women, ages between 26 and 37. They were taken to the hospital with stab wounds. Some were stabbed, police tell us, with a knife. Another person was stabbed with that bottle. The 5th victim, they're just calling her Jane Doe because apparently she did have some cuts to her face, but she just decided to leave the scene. By early evening, police confirmed 2 suspects were arrested, and this morning, those 2 suspects, both women, are still behind bars. They're facing charges of assault with a deadly weapon. And bringing it back here live, we're told that one of the suspects in jail is possibly related to one of the victims in the hospital. That still has to be confirmed. Police have a lot of work to do on this case. Meanwhile, no word on whether or not that bill was ever paid at Zaya Restaurant. Reporting live in downtown LA, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
What a mess. All right, scary situation.
All right, Dom.
Not what a mess. Okay, let me tell you something about So
I don't know anything about this spot, so just put me on.
Okay, so I used to go here actually a little bit after they opened quite often. They have a mean Caesar salad. And I think it's really confusing because we thought it was Black owned, but apparently it's not. I always be irritated because they will run out of ingredients about stuff. When it comes to certain things, you find certain things on the menu, like then it's not there no more, or they change something to accommodate. So I'm already irritated. But this isn't about that and that fire ass Caesar salad that they do have. First of all, I want to say I'm interested to know how much this bill was to spark this
Good
sort
question.
of
Well, how much was the bill?
yes, for it to spark this much of a debate, which leads to gauntlets being thrown, people being stabbed, and now you have people that are arrested. Now, yesterday I did see a post where I saw that upon further investigation, there was a guy with them, and the guy actually started the rigmarole.
What?
I am trying to find the post because I saw this in a few places that said that it was a guy that actually started it, and then it just escalated from there.
Oh, can I have
Yeah.
story time? I came up with a story.
Oh, okay? What's the story?
That dude's supposed to pay for everybody's meal.
Oh, so you think it was somebody? That's what I was thinking. Was it somebody's boyfriend?
And he supposed to pay
It's
for
their
everybody.
birthday.
And everybody came in just doing their thing, assuming that he was paying for everybody.
Okay, so it says I'm trying to see. Oh, I can't play it, but it is it was an update, and it was on suburban LA, and that's where they said it was actually a guy that. But again, I cannot confirm that. That's just what I saw an update.
Well, unless it's a guy that was in the girl's crew, which is a different thing.
Yeah, I initially thought what you thought, or the expectation should be he should pay if it's somebody, if it was a birthday brunch and it was somebody boyfriend came.
Right.
So, but also my other thing is, how do you let things become this bad where it's a bill? So let's stay here. It is not about the bill. I think that there probably could have already been tension in their group, and you got fake friends showing up, and
people that showed up or maybe they were gonna pay, but people showed up wasn't supposed to be coming.
And then now y'all want to split a bill, and it's like, I only got this, or they wasn't supposed to be here. You told me it was gonna be blah 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 blah.
Just 3 people, and now we got 10 people here.
Yeah. And then you got people ordering more, and y'all want us to split the bill. And absolutely not. But nothing has ever been that serious for me where we should be stabbing each other over a check. But I think that there might have been. I think that previously.
Is design like a
okay, so they said it was someone that broke a bottle.
Right. Yep.
And then from the bottle was like the knife.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So let me see. Let's see if I can try to get a little bit of that audio for us, because it's definitely, hold on.
Recovering from stab wounds this morning following a brawl at a downtown LA restaurant.
Gigi Graciette is there with more on what started.
Oh no, that's the one from 2 days ago. Damn it. Where did it go? Okay, well, whatever. But I say all that to say, I think that there was already animosity.
It's gotta be, right?
Because that's the only thing that makes sense. Because first of all, I'm not communing and dining with somebody that I'm kind of iffy about anyway, but it's just been so much conversation surrounding this and these events. And that's the only thing that makes sense, is these people like the frenemies. And we talk about the dangers of having frenemies all the time. And that's the only thing that honestly makes sense, because it couldn't have been, that bill might have been, and like you said, depending on the size of that group, we know at least 5 people were injured because one of them refused treatment, even though they had a lot of cuts on their face and was badly cut up in the face. If they spent $100 and maybe $150, that's still a lot for Zaya.
It is.
That's a lot because
Mhm.
the prices are not that. It's like they're moderately. I would say Zaya is moderately priced.
Okay, so it's a decently priced. It ain't gonna break your back.
It's not gonna break the bank depending on what you like. Even a pizza, like the couple times we went and we split stuff, I feel like we probably spent like $40, maybe $50 a piece. Like it was nothing. It's nothing that was out of like, oh my God, you know what I mean? And so ultimately 2 people have been arrested and it was 5 injured in total. And then see, this is what the Citizen app said. It said a man smashed a glass bottle over a person's head, promoting a woman to pull out a knife and stab 3 people. The violence took place at Zaya. Okay, yes, we know that. Reports are suggesting the altercation may stem from a dispute over the restaurant bill, but officials have not confirmed all the details. So yeah.
So the dude, this is not the boyfriend. Maybe this is a guy to hang out with them because, like, smashing over a woman's head.
That's personal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a part of the group, is what I'm saying. This man is.
Yeah,
I don't think
the
man is the one that is like, this is my lady, I'm taking care of them bill. I think they was beefing internally within whatever group they're in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, this was already, and it could have been somebody.
I'm tired of you not coming out having no money.
Oh, yep. Then that's what I was gonna. It was already internal. Like,
what about I hooked you up with your hair? Blah 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 blah. Like that was 3 years ago, Tony.
Like, it could be something like that, but like I said, it's not just about a bill.
Make a bitch pay. Like, oh, you ain't gonna make a bitch pay.
And I mean, and I'm not gonna even stereotype and say that he was.
No, I'm taking that out of it. I'm just saying he's a part of the group.
Because y'all straights can y'all.
But no. That's what I said. He's a part of the group.
But that's what I'm saying. Whatever it is, the bill is the icing on the cake.
Mm-hmm.
And is that gum real good over there?
It's excellent. I'm gonna spit
out. Oh my God. I was like, Darryl is having a good time with that gum.
It's excellent.
They're like, you always picking that Darryl. No, I'm not.
But no, that's where we at. All right. Next up, yo, this amputee thing you sent me,
and it's not funny.
It isn't, but it is. Correct.
Now to a bizarre story out of Charles County. Police now investigating after a professional cornhole player with no hands and no legs is accused of firing a deadly shot all while driving. We want to get out to our Homa Bash. She is live in La Plata this evening with more details. Homa?
Angie, bizarre to say the least. But before we get any further into this story, I just want to try to answer the question that so many people have right now. How did someone with no arms, no hands manage to fire a gun and allegedly kill someone?
It's early in the investigation, but there is no evidence at this point to suggest anybody else was involved in the shooting, and that he acted alone on this.
Now watch closely. You're looking at the man accused of murder in this case. Video from his TikTok page titled "No Hands, No Feet, Shooting 9mm Handgun." His name is Dayton James Weber, a 27-year-old quadriplegic amputee and professional cornhole player. This all started around 10:30 last night when La Plata police officers were flagged down by 2 witnesses near Radio Station Road. Charles County Sheriff's investigators say Weber was the driver when he shot and killed his front seat passenger, then asked those in the back seat to help get rid of the body. They refused, got out of the car, and alerted police. Weber took off with the victim in the car, identified as 27-year-old Bradrick Wells. 2 hours later and about 15 miles away, Wells's body was found dumped in someone's front yard in Charlotte Hall, Maryland. Soon after, Weber's car was tracked to a gas station in Charlottesville, Virginia. He was found at a hospital nearby and arrested after his release.
I think the witnesses helping really gave us a good start, obviously, and then it was excellent police work with not only our detectives and La Plata Police, but also the authorities in Virginia.
Now, we're told that all 4 men in that Tesla SUV were friends, got into some sort of argument before that shooting happened. As you heard, Weber is currently in Virginia. He's going to be extradited back here to Charles County to face charges of first and second degree murder. Guys?
Hey, Dom, he did a lot of stuff here. That is amazing. And I know he's probably learned how to do all this stuff because growing up and not having any hands and no feet. But if he's driving and then he still shoots somebody, he doesn't even have the 2 other guys. He dumps the body. So he didn't get stopped, got out the whip, pulled the body out the car, dumped it in somebody's yard, got back in the car, and drove to Charlottesville. Amazing. That's why it's not funny, but it's interesting. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, that's to say the least for sure. Because you kind of are trying to figure out how is this even possible? How was he able to accomplish this and do so much? And all I could think of, because you initially asked the passengers in the back, and they said, "No way, Jose."
Mm-hmm. And then they got out.
And they got out. It was like, and I could imagine how quickly they got out, or it was probably that moment of shock. Cause it's like, is he gonna turn the gun on us? And then once they realize, okay, I got this brief window, nah. And then are we running? What we doing? You know what I mean? Because that video, it looks like he has, like you said, he's clearly has been trained doing a lot. Because what I did read in the news article is that he had, I guess, like pneumonia or something at birth, and then it turned into like another infection, like a bacterial infection or something, and then that's how he ended up having to get his arms and his legs and feet cut off. But I say all that to say, it's just really, really crazy. Like, that's such a crazy headline, and also it sounds like a Florida headline, not a Virginia headline. But as we hear more about what happened at the scene of the crime, and then him driving off, and it's like, okay, damn, y'all not gonna help me, and then I'm gonna drive over here to this neighborhood, I'm gonna just randomly dump this body, and then you're like picturing, okay, so when he got to this person's house, this random house, did he get out the car to open the door, and because maybe the person was slumped toward the window? Or did he open the door from the inside and just kind of push him out? Or because I can't really foresee him like dragging him out. Like, he had to drive. This had to be somewhere it seems to be kind of rural, where you kind of drove up on somebody's property and you just pushed them out the car. That's the only thing that makes sense.
But that's the thing, though. It's like, what did he? There's so many questions.
And what was the dispute about? Like, as y'all released his name, so y'all clearly have enough information. But what was the dispute about that got you so upset that you shot this man? If you're a cornhole champion,
like, I'm just
like, people know you.
And I wonder if they were all on the same team. And they was traveling from an event or something. It just gives me a feeling of that.
So you think?
And he did something. He was like, I don't want you on the squad no more. Oh, you don't want me on the squad?
So is okay. Continue, because now I got other questions. But I think if there were other amputees, I think they would have told us.
Oh, so no. No. I think he's playing with regular non-quad.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, the whole team is everybody. He's the only one. because he's playing. Like
okay.
So these regular cats on the car. Like everybody is not quadriplegic. I believe in him. He's the only one that is handicapped. And my thing is, so he's driving the whip too, though. Keep this in mind. He's driving.
Yeah.
That means he got the bread in the crew too.
Yeah, because you got to get a special car.
Got to get a special car. Number two, I'm assuming or I'm wondering if he got a big payout for something that they did wrong, where he had to be, where they messed up with him having to be quadriplegic, that they got some bread from back in the day. So he might have some bread already, is my question, when he turned 18. Because like a lawsuit, maybe his parents had a lawsuit and they got $2 million, and that $2 million came out after he was 18 for some malpractice with him being a quadriplegic. He's only 26 or whatever, right? There's some kind of malpractice. There is no way that someone should have to be coming out quadriplegic as a baby.
No. That's not what happened. He got sick.
Right, but I'm wondering if they did something wrong, though. I'm saying for him, or like something they didn't detect before, where he was already sick.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. Hold on.
It seems on like 10 months or something, right?
He where is the article from The Guardian? Yeah, from yesterday. Okay. So he ended up contracting a bacterial infection at infancy.
See?
Losing his limbs. I don't know. I mean, you're exactly, we're adding extras, but
yeah. But I'm saying he's the one that got the bread amongst the crew. So he been big Bank Hank.
He's been a champion, depending on what he's been in the cornhole game for a minute, winning, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So even if it's just from that, you have to have enough bread. Like I said, you have a special vehicle, you driving, and you are. I just keep picturing how he got him out the car. Like, that's how I'm trying to figure out. Like, and it has to be my version where he opens the door, he gets out to open the door, because I would think
he's got.
Not saying that he would have him, but I don't think he pulls him out. I think he kind of is slumped over, so he probably unbuckles the seatbelt. He pushes him toward the window, opens the door, and he's either falls out or he gets back in and pushes him fully out.
Oh,
I think he pushes him out the car.
So you thinking he leans over, opens the passenger door, pushes it out, pushes homeboy out from in the car.
I don't know.
You said I'm thinking now. He stayed in the car the whole time.
So my question is this: if it's like
because the way I had it, he was super gangster. Because that means he got out, got around, opened up the door, dragged him out. I'm thinking he just opened the door, crawled over his body, opened the door, the passenger door, got back over here and just pushed him out, and then closed the door back and then just rolled out.
Yeah, it's either that or he got out and opened the door and then the body just fell out.
Right, but he's Superman either way.
Yeah, because like I said, like if depending on how the person was slumped over, when you come out, you're pushing that you're gonna push the body toward the door. The easiest way for me is to open this door and just let him fall out.
And this one is in front of the people too, so he can't even say it was self-defense. Because I wonder, he might be able to get away with saying self-defense if it was just two people.
I don't know, but based on that, he definitely did what they said he did based on his mugshot.
Yeah,
we know we're waiting for more details. Huh?
That TikTok video too. That don't look good.
It don't look good.
Because I'm saying he doing all that. He could at least I'm saying if there was no other witnesses in the car, he could have made sense like he was trying to slap me while I was driving and I had to pull out on him. But it's two other people that were in the back.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what the hell was y'all arguing over that makes you have to kill somebody? And I'm just thinking, this is just like the bill. How much was that bill where now you're being charged with assault with a deadly weapon?
And this has got to be the worst thing for a quadriplegic to have to go to jail.
Yeah.
I mean, man, it's hard enough for cats to run around with 4 limbs in a prison situation.
Yeah.
They got to put him up in somewhere else though, right? They can't let him be out in the general pop. Maybe.
I don't know. Like, what does that look like?
And yeah, because they don't. We know they don't care about people in jail. So it's not like they build a handicap zone for jail people.
That's what I was saying. I'm like,
they don't have no, you just asked out, Dom. You just asked out, literally, because they're not gonna build no handicap area.
Okay, so here's the question. Here's a serious question.
Yeah,
we know that he has what do you call he has prosthetics, a sort of prosthetic.
He don't use them.
Yeah, but wouldn't those technically be considered weapons?
Yeah, but like they showed them
prosthetics that I'm looking at. The prosthetics that I'm looking at would be considered technically a weapon.
So he can't have those.
He would have to have I don't know, but I'm like, does that make him now wheelchair bound? No, he can't even do that because he can't Okay, let me just start. Next topic, because now we're going in too deep.
Yeah. All right. Next up, LaRussell is out here kind of tripping, man. He's out here, first of all, he's deactivated all his social media accounts because of the backlash from this
record, and I sent it off to my engineer, and he calls me. He said, "Man, you probably shouldn't put this out." I said, "Why? What the hell happened?" He said, you talking about Epstein, it's a lot of shit going on. And I said, "Thank you for calling me. I'm finna drop this." That's exactly why we need it. Because everybody sit and be silent. And the goal of an artist is to express the times and say all the things that nobody else want to say or know how to say. I'm not perfect, and neither is the president. Was guiltier than a nigga hiding evidence. You can't be mad that they heated if you don't let them vent. Even the devil was heaven sent. Even Malcolm was heaven sent. Even Martin was heaven sent. Even Kanye was heaven sent. We all heaven sent. Donald too. We all heaven sent.
Okay, wait.
Epstein.
Yeah.
It's the people in the background. You got like one person bobbing their head, and everybody else is kind of just standing there, and then like they looking like the guy right here on his right with the mask on, like what the hell is going on? Like what? Okay. So Darryl.
No, he's not done. He's not done.
No, we know what happened. We know what he said.
Go ahead. I get what he was trying to do.
Okay.
But you can't do that in 2026. And it's Right. He's doing too much. Let's keep it 100. And I love what LaRussell means.
The thing about, we're talking about that fall from grace. We're talking about something that's been controversial since the inception of organized religion, is we talk about the concept of God making no mistakes, right? And then you're talking about divinity and all these different things. And because he mentions, the devil. And we all know that the story goes that the devil was an angel. And then he also wanted this power, and God damned them to hell and his followers with him. What was it, like 2/3 of heaven or whatever? I can't remember the number.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't say, you can say what you want, but this is a weird, interesting thing. Like when we talk about, my mind goes to like different case studies, because we think about how people could shoot themselves in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen LaRussell work his ass off and do the impossible, make the impossible possible.
Yep.
All in his fucking backyard to finally get to the point where you sign like a management, you just signed a management deal like a month ago with Rock Nation. And you have been so anti the machine for a long time to get to this place. You sign with Rock Nation, and then this happens. And it's like some weird prophecy. You know, like, I don't know what has happened, why he thought this was a good idea.
Well, his engineer told him it's not a good idea. Like, you need to listen to people.
Exactly. Like, hey,
people think that the engineers are not just to help make your music. They are cultivators as well. And your engineer like, hey man, you know, don't put this out. And he was like, basically, fuck you. I'm gonna put it out regardless. That's what he was saying, basically, to his engineer. What?
I was like, you ready to find out LaRussell's birthday?
What is it?
He a fucking Libra, October 6th.
Wow. Mm.
LaRussell always struck me as an air sign, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was something about him that I was like, something feels airy about him.
Mm-hmm.
And to see this shit. Also, and I'm not gonna say this is typical Libra behavior, but like Libras really be in the I don't give a fuck bag. That makes this just even funny. This should not be funny. But I think the weird thing about all of this is, like, let's pull up the lyrics of this song. Like,
can you find them?
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, damn. No.
That's what I was saying. I don't think you can just find the lyrics. Let's see. Oh, I found them.
Yeah, hold on, because like,
even the devil was heaven sent, even Kanye was heaven sent, even Hitler was heaven sent, even Martin was heaven sent. We all heaven sent. Donald too.
Okay.
We all heaven sent. Epstein too. We all heaven sent. Malcolm too. Even you. We all heaven sent.
That's it.
That's the hook. It's two verses. It's somebody guest star on her name Tiata is the guest artist on there.
Okay, so can you read one of the verses?
I'll read his because it's another person. So
right.
I'll read his. I ain't trying to rain on your pity party, but it's sunny outside. You should go and get some. I moved on. Some days I miss some of my dogs, of the times of my life. I used to live trying to figure it out. They want me to dance and shout, nigga it out. But I'm going to show them what this nigga about. This nigga about revolution. I don't just make songs you could dance to. I also make songs you could think to. The water, $10 at the best, but the liquor is $5. That's how they defeat you. They keep you numb to the real. Work, get high, and pay your bills. This can't be all this life is, for real. You got to deal with who you do a deal with. Am I too big to be stripping over little shit? Am I too big to be feeling so small? Ignoring calls? I used to want it all. Now I want to all a bit less. Show me a bit bad bitch with high respect. Show me a real nigga who ain't got vices. Show me a pastor who got rich and still righteous. Show me a God that everybody agrees on. What if Jesus was on the same shit that we was on? What if Jesus was on the same shit that we on? Yeah, I ain't perfect, and neither is the president. What's guiltier than a nigga hiding evidence? Can't be upset when they heat it if you don't let them vent. That's it. That's the verse.
Okay. The verse makes sense. I get it. I get the picture that you're trying to paint. I get the story. But then this chorus doesn't make sense because and I'm not saying Malcolm and Martin are not flawed. Like, all of us are flawed. I know technically all sin is supposed to be, you sold a grape, supposed to be just as equivalent as you killing somebody. Let's be realistic. No, it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think this is the case of somebody really trying to make something deep and make you think and be clever, and it ain't that deep, nigga. This is silly as hell. I don't know. You almost made me say the R word. This is silly as hell. You know what I mean? Because there's no way that you can you. What you're saying is that we're all born of sin. We all have these different things. We all have these the right to free will and blah 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 blah. Also, nigga, read the room.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I'm not deep into rap how you are, D. So this is easy and surface level to me. I'm like, you were trying
he could have flipped it. The way he could have flipped it is if he would have used them as questions. Is Kanye heaven sent? Like a way like of asking a question instead of like saying definitively.
Yeah,
they are. It's like, is Trump heaven sent? I don't know. You know, like, and then you can let the dialogue and people speak for themselves. But you were definitively saying that Trump was heaven sent, and he's actively doing shit that is not heaven sent.
Right, that does not reflect.
And then Hitler, like, you know,
like I said, like, and then for you to double down on it, where you could have said it was supposed to be like, even if you would have said it was supposed to be a question, and it sparks the dialogue when we talk about the concept of heaven and hell, religion, God, whatever, Jesus, you know, all these different things. Because people, it's more people that question it than we think. Like that's really a thing. You know what I mean? And so that sparks that conversation. But for you to double down, yeah, it's sorry, it is very Libra behavior. And I will not be explaining further. If you know, you know.
Yeah, we all haven't seen like like it's just, man, you just like it's real tone depth, and people are ready to get his ass because he said all what he said about Lil Wayne, you know.
Which we talked about that, and we said what we said, and I
agree with what he was saying originally.
Yeah,
but you can't come out with no shit like that. And
exactly. This seems like you had a little bit of the lean, and now you just in a different world. And because, like you said, we've seen these people like fall from, like, the Kanye thing makes sense. Like, we used to uplift these people, admire these people. Like, when you think about like how many rap songs say Donald Trump's name, and you know, because they admire him and they want that kind of money. We think about Kanye West to be honest, I can't even say pre-Kardashian. So pre-Kardashian, when he was dating Alexis, okay. Yep. And I'm not gonna take my beautiful twisted dark fantasy from you either, bro, because I love that shit. You know what I mean? Look, I loved it.
Can't hate it.
But then you get some people that's controversial, that's just like they lost them at 808s.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
I think it's so interesting to see, you know, like we see that happen all the time, but then this goes back to, you just got management, you clearly did not send this over. You clearly don't have a publicist.
Yeah. But he's so independent that him making his own decisions has helped him get this far. But this is one of them where it's like, if you're going to be like that, you got to really listen to your team around you.
Yeah.
When the engineer said you shouldn't put this out, he should just, even if you was against it, you know what? We don't have no PR. We ain't got none of that shit around us. You know what? Until further notice, fuck it. Just go ahead. Just put it in the safe box. We won't even mess with this.
Because this, I mean, it is, I mean,
we all
and I was like, I don't, the message is lost.
I get what he's trying to say, that, like, you know, God makes everything happen in mysterious ways, and God created all of us. I get what he's trying to say on a surface level, but that ain't it though.
And so I don't know. Okay, so let's ask you this: do you think this is something that he can bounce back from?
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Okay.
He'll be all right. He just deactivated his social media, whatever, for I guess a little bit. That's fine.
I think he is this something that he gives an explanation to once he's back online? Does he address it, or is it because he moved on from it, or does he address this head on?
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah, you're gonna have to. He's gonna have to in some way. It may not be of anyone's liking, but he's gonna have to though.
Okay.
Because people are just not gonna let it ride. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just come back and be like, so what y'all think about the Lakers making the playoffs? Like, no, you need to bring it on back around so we can discuss, what went on here. So yeah, it's the heaven sent shit. That's the with the I think if he could have phrased it differently, he could have got around that. I feel like he would have got around it if he would just been like, we ain't heaven sent, oh okay, we ain't heaven sent, okay. Like, I get it, but we don't get it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, a quick one for us, Don. Diddy Watch is back before we get into our main bread and butter topic. Diddy Watch is back. Not Diddy, Surviving Diddy. I'm sorry. Here we go. I got it already queued up, ready to go. Surviving Diddy's back. This a quick. You put this into break it down for us.
So there was an interview recently that came out where Usher spoke in favor of.
Play the clip you sent me.
Sure, we can play it. Go ahead, roll that beat.
Certain people are prosecuted and maybe not recognized for the greatness, that they offer. I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen and how he's been, misrepresented. I'm not saying that every man is perfect. I'm not saying that all of us don't have flaws, but I can't, with any sense of humanity, not recognize the valuable contributions that this man made for us as Black entrepreneurs, for us as businessmen, for us as people who transition, culture and ideas into something that's tangible and becomes business. So many people benefited from what he created. And I acknowledge that. And that's why I see him as legacy.
Yeah. You told Shannon Sharp you learned a lot about business during that era.
Absolutely.
What'd you learn?
Puff was a mentor, but he was like you have that really, really hard teacher, but you're watching something in real time. I think that the idea of the level of discipline that came with that time in business, especially in an era that was trying to prove itself culturally in hip hop. Now, you can't turn on the television and not see the influence of hip hop.
That's right.
But the people who actually made that appropriate and are the forefathers are people like Sean Combs. And not just in the great times that they had musically, but in the idea of being able to find ways to monetize culture and create something that was not just Black or white. It was colorless. It was green. That's who I see that man as.
All right, now continue.
Okay, so for those that are listening, one of the captions on that video said, "What made your mama go pretty much snatch you up from Puffy house all those years ago?" Which is a valid question, and there's always been conversation surrounding that. What's interesting in this conversation that this contradicts what he said in an interview with the BBC not too long ago, where he talks about him being at Daddy's house. That was what the boot camp was called, not my words. And the interviewer asked, would Usher send his kids to be mentored under Puffy? And he said no. Am I making this up?
No.
So while yes, I'm not, and I cannot negate that certain things, two things can be true this person could have taught you a lot about the business, and this person can also be an abuser. And I always share with you, when I first moved here, one of the first whispers that I heard of like industry gossip was about Puffy and his inappropriate behavior with this guy. Like I said, allegedly, we're going to use allegedly because I wasn't there. And it was something that consistently came up. Even certain things throughout my course of being out here in LA. So I find that really interesting that it is I can only speak from my experience, right? But we also know how abuse shows up where people protect their abusers.
Mm-hmm.
And so you know, I think it is, the timing is interesting of all of this, where we think it's like the dust is settled and the smoke clear. But to Albie Shore's point, I think that's really interesting that this does come up, because there's supposed, an appeal for an early release that comes out. And so now you're trying to sway the public opinion of this person so they don't have to serve all this time and get an early release. What do you think?
I mean, you got Young Miami coming out too, saying that she basically still supporting him somewhat too.
Yeah. And I think it's one of those things where I think that people, and I can't say what Miami and Puffy's relationship is either, or has been, because I think for her it's been extremely beneficial, especially with the breakup of the City Girl. So he has been able to turn her into a brand and a commodity, where she's been able to generate. So I can see how her experience is different. That's fair. That is fair. Everybody, I can't say that this happened to everybody, but it's still, the fact still remains. He was out here abusing people and drugging people without their knowledge. That's all. So I think it's interesting, but I think people have the right to free will and speak out and a free speech. But I would think this is how Usher mama she hasn't managed him in a while, actually.
For a while, right?
Yeah, I say it's been a while, because Jonetta wouldn't have let him do that, because Usher is still a brand. And I think that people forget that. And so you forget that these people are human, but then it brings them to this human place, because just like how you have like Teddy Riley standing in solidarity with R. Kelly, it's like, you're a brand, you're a business, like you still produce stuff, people still work with you and do all these things. So it's kind of like people looking at you funny. And somebody said that, oh, maybe this is because he's trying to save face for the incident that allegedly happened at the Gold Party, where Justin Bieber and Usher apparently got into it. Now, Usher said that it wasn't an argument at all. It was, excitement, but a lot of people said it looked more like a confrontation more than anything. And so, people have had whispers surrounding. So again, these are things we don't know. We're not there, so we cannot confirm things. And now, until Justin Bieber speaks out and says otherwise, we won't know. But I think it's just really weird that you would come out and say this, and when you could have kept that behind closed door, because it's not our business.
Yeah, it's the diddler, man, is a funny thing, because I can see people still attaching themselves to him, like I said, but the smart ones won't do it in the front ground. But he's still gonna be able to maneuver and move around.
He'll be able to maneuver. He'll be fine. Like, I think it's one of those things, and that sounds crazy to say, but we see it all the time, where men are able to act or move as if nothing happened, you know, for women, it's not so easy for that, depending on the color.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes on how egregious the situation may be. But I think it's really interesting that and as we've learned more and more about Usher, we have to question his brain cells anyway, because we hear that like half of confessions he didn't like. So, you know, a lot of his hit singles he did not like.
But I can see how some people. I can see you. I won't discredit Usher just because
I didn't discredit him. Thank God for L.A. Reid. Let's say that. Even though it's kind of his fault that he ended up at Usher House to begin
like
with.
L.A. Reid is a trepid situation in general.
I know, but it was the label forcing their hand to say this is what's going on there.
True. L.A. Reid done just as much good as bad in music.
Absolutely, yes.
So I mean, I get you having your boys back. You know, the main thing, the easiest thing to say. I mean, and he is correct with a lot of those things that Usher is talking about. When it comes to culture, you know, he is, for hate or love, he has influenced it a lot. Now, I don't know in the last 10, 15 years how much he's been really influencing it. That's because he's the old nigga in the club and he can't influence people that are older now.
Yeah.
Like you know, first of all, it's harder to influence someone in their 50s to like go buy something in general. We just, at that point, most people at that age are, you know, doing, you know, crunching the numbers. They ain't just, you know what, Diddy drinking Ciroc, I'm drinking Ciroc. You know.
You know, it depends. I think it depends on
because by the time you're in your 50s, you got your drink. Like, I don't think no new people were getting it.
But think about when Ciroc came out.
But he was in his 40s then. Ciroc came out, he was. But I'm talking about any new brands. If he kicked off a new brand, if he did not get jammed up, I don't know. And people have been like, "Yo, I'm gonna go drink that new Diddy drink."
But I know, but you know, but I think that's I'm sorry, I'm gonna push back there.
Okay,
I'm gonna give him a little more credit than that because I cannot negate the Diddy, the impacts. I cannot take that from him.
No. I'm saying that
think about even in our age, though, like we know there's people getting sponsorship for parties, but I know old head niggas that was drinking Ciroc, that had Ciroc in their house. Because you know, black people, because there's the thing, they couldn't say it, they would call it Ciroc. So that's how because you know somebody that has said that. So I'm not gonna take that. I cannot, in the words of the great Jocelyn Hernandez, I cannot. So I won't do that to him, right? I'll be fair. I'm being fair. Let's not play like put him down like that.
Yeah.
So and think about people, just even Sean John as a brand. Let's remove all the chaos, like the everything surrounding how he was able to penetrate fashion in that way. You might not award, but we know niggas that was wearing them velour suits.
Oh no. I ain't no hate. That velour sweatsuit was the bomb.
Yeah. So I really think that what's gonna happen is it's gonna be something else that come on the market. He will be an angel investor in something, and you won't know that. He will. That's what it will be, and then people will start digging, and then they'll be like, "Oh, Sean Combs is," and niggas is not.
And he's gonna be able to rebuild himself on the back end off of it. Like, oh yeah, I helped out this black-owned business get his stuff going, and then he all up in your videos, all up in everything. So then you jammed up then because you all up in your stuff.
Because like even think about. Even Ciroc before the whole thing happened, like you had Ashanti in ads and you know all of that, so it wasn't like it was out of touch because like niggas still love Ashanti. You know, you knew who you needed to pull in to still keep it relevant and relatable. So it's not just like people in Argent, like they were like you had Nicole Murphy in one of your what's that Hennessy? No, it was Nicole Murphy.
Yeah.
So you pull in from all, which is smart. So I can't hate. I cannot take that from him, but I can just not agree with what happens in his bedroom. Like I don't think you need to be drugging people.
Yeah, no, that's as they say, that's without saying.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. So
Yeah.
you know.
Drugging and beating and attacking people. That's not my fuck with shit like that. So we shall see, but that's interesting. Like I'm just saying, I'm just questioning Usher's judgment.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but his brand is.
Imagine if he hated Throwback. I'm sorry. Yeah. That is my jam on y'all. Y'all be talking about. I love Superstar, but I love.
But Throwback is the shit, though.
Throwback is the shit, man.
All right, Dom. The debate of all debates: journalism versus content creator is the discussion. Jay-Z goes to GQ. And he gets with the young brother. I believe this young brother is he's been in the scene for a while.
But also he's like the senior editor of like GQ too.
Yeah.
So it's not just like even if it was.
Yeah, but I want to give that brother his put his name out there. Fraser Tharp is his name. Yeah, Fraser Tharp. Let me make sure that's the brother. Yep, Fraser Tharp is his name. Just give you some background on Mr. Fraser Tharp. Per his LinkedIn, he was at Complex previously before. He spent 12 years at Complex magazine before going to GQ. He went to NYU for fine arts, journalism, cinema, video. So he's as far as we could tell, he is
formally trained.
There you go. So people were getting upset at Jay-Z. There's like 4 or 5 different conversations going on at the same time with this because I guess a comedian came out saying that he doesn't understand how content creators are on the red carpet and bumbling over their words, and that they're not journalists, that's one conversation. Then the second conversation in this is, why did Jay-Z go to GQ for this interview instead of going to Drink Champs, the Joe Budden Podcast, $50 million worth of game, any of the those hip hop platforms? So those are kind of where we are in the landscape. You could attack whichever one you want to first.
Okay, so this initially kind of starts with it kind of starts. I saw an article on the Grio where it talks about the controversy surrounding content creators versus journalists, and the debate was happening. And the issue is, we always go back to what happened to Babyface on the red carpet. There was another last year at the Vanity Fair party, some of the questions that were asked to Meg Thee Stallion. And the conversation has always been, if you have formal journalists there to have to do their job, this would not be happening. And so I'll read a little bit of a few of the slides. And they said, after influencer and comedian Jake Shane's rambling, awkward interviews with high-profile celebrities at the Vanity Fair Oscar after party, many began calling how increasingly it feels as though content creators are infiltrating traditional media spaces. While this turned some of the backlash directly against her, it also drew high nuanced profile responses from both sides of this debate from Tabitha Brown. Okay, so Tabitha Brown says, seeing people mad at content creators are on the red carpet in elevated spaces is blowing my mind. Anybody can make content. Actors, stay-at-home parents, lawyers, entrepreneurs, employees, hairstylists, teachers, doctors, journalists, athletes, models, etc. Just because they become became successful doing content does not mean that they just make videos. It clearly, and it certainly does not mean that they don't belong in elevated spaces. Shout out to all my content creators who are shaking up the world. Keep going. So Jamil Hill responded to that. I would never reduce what content creators do to just make videos. So many are incredibly bright, creative, and engaging. But if I may speak as a career journalist, there are a lot of Black entertainment journalists who are out of work or unable to get on these red carpet opportunities simply because media outlets have opted for follower count versus actual accountability. And this is another post, and it says journalists are trusted because the ground is shifting beneath their feet. In the past year alone, thousands of media jobs have disappeared across the country. The Washington Post, one of the most storied institution in American journalism, laid off over 300 journalists in early February, about a third of its newsroom amid financial losses topping near $100 million. And so I think content creators are missing a point, and so are these institutions that are hiring them, right? Because I'm with Jamil Hill. I see Tabitha Brown side. I'm not going to reduce you and say you can't be here. My issue is if you're going to have these people be in these spaces, then train them. That's simply all we're saying. Is you're saying that, oh, the traditional way is out. Okay. While and even as a journalist, we're both formally trained journalists here, speaking. I know a lot of the things that we push and put out there. And you produce a network of podcasts are greater than a lot of the stuff that's out there. Oh my God, Darryl froze.
No, I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh, it looked like you was frozen. Okay.
No. I'm listening to you. Yeah, I'm letting you cook.
We deserve to be in those rooms as well. Just because we might not have 1 million followers plus or whatever, and that's not to say that your fan base will even buy into that. We're saying just do the work. So if you want somebody there, we're not hating on you, but now you're the topic of the conversation because you cannot do the job. And so that's where things get convoluted for me, because I never want to say that, oh, you should not be here, but it's like, okay, there's certain things that you're going to do, and then it prevents the brand, the institution, from not having to come back and apologize for the umpteenth time because somebody was not trained to do the job. Why not, in doing that, why not give people that subscribe to celebrity culture or whatnot the opportunity to really connect with this person? And not saying that a content creator cannot do that. I'm not taking that from you. But what I'm saying is you could get somebody that can really show up and do the job, or again, spend the time and money, because they're going to want to get paid for you to train them to do those jobs. That's all I'm saying. And you think you getting over, oh, this is going to give us reach to all these other people, and we hope they buy into what we're doing. They're not. Because we know how that goes. They're not. Because people are not realistic about certain things like that. Like, it depends on what it is. But a lot of people, y'all not gonna go follow Vanity Fair. You're not gonna go follow the AP. You're not gonna engage because the AP is bigger than that. AP is one of the first traditional forms of media that have a whole when we, as far as journalists, like our writing style, they developed that. You know what I mean? They cover a lot of hard news. Yes, they cover celebrity stuff, but majority of their shit is hardcore news.
And it should be, as it should be.
They're not buying into that, and that's just what it is. So yes, while you get the views, the clicks, you'll get paid off of that one day. How is that going to transcend a month from now? Because the award season is over. So those are questions that I think these institutions have to ask themselves. We're not saying you don't deserve to be here. I ain't never gonna, you know, try to take money or food off of nobody's, you know, plate or anything like that. But it's like, okay, make them show up to do the job. Make them show up to do the job. And a lot of that is kind of being able to be quick on your feet.
You got to be agile.
Yeah, because you don't know what somebody's gonna say. You might have had a question in mind, and then they say something, and it sparks something else.
Or something else totally different. Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. So when you go to being formally trained like this, you know, that might be your beat. Like, okay, I'm celebrity culture, whatever, and then you hear that an influencer is coming in. Okay, how can we make this work together? Where it's a mutually beneficial, where I'm able to eat and they able to eat.
Yeah, but this is the thing though, is that it's not just with these organizations. Everyone is lazy. Everyone is lazy. Nobody wants to work for none. Musicians, nobody wants to. They don't want to hire our A&Rs to go out and listen to people's music for real and be out there. They just want to be able to look on Instagram and pop around and see what's trending. And do they got a deal? Oh, let me hit up them on TikTok. Let me get them a deal. Those are new A&Rs is just sitting on TikTok, and IG, and Facebook. And same thing with these other different entities. But at the same time, those content creators cannot get in the space of thinking that you're going to give an intensive interview than a real trained journalist is either. And you can't get mad when they do get the interview. In the case of the Jay-Z situation, like the young brother was trained, like he's official tissue. And I don't even know and there's levels to the interviews. Like, I mean, yeah, it'd have been cool if Jay-Z was on Drink Champs, but that's a different type of style, and it's not going to be I'm not going to be able to get in depth with him like that. Neither is the Joe Budden podcast.
And you're gonna have what's his face talking over him any fucking way.
Talk about Nori.
I be trying. I try with. And I feel like I'm subscribed simply because Black. You know what I mean? Like that helps, you know. But I really try. I'm like, nigga, shut up.
Yeah, let them. And that dude was just asking the question, and then he would give a little bit of input, and then let Jay talk. Like, and it was I got to give the brother props, man. He did a good interview. It's just and if they went on when I was with the game, you know, it just. If as much as Jay-Z and Beyonce curate their careers, I am not surprised that he chose this person.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it makes total sense, especially with a lot of the stuff that has happened. So like they do touch upon, I don't know. I can't, that's not to say that I can't take that away from Norris. I don't know if he would have asked him about the night that the information dropped where he got, you know, this lawsuit came out from the T-Boz.
He talked about it.
Talks about it.
Yeah. But I don't know if the Dream Champs would have had, and it wouldn't have been.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I don't know if Nori.
I'm gonna play a part of it. Audio only, y'all. So just beware ahead of time before y'all get to being like, hey man.
And y'all see how Darryl get excited because what I was saying was I don't know if Nori would have been able to get that question and that response, and where it felt, not that it wouldn't have felt authentic. I don't know if he would have thought to even ask.
Here we go. Oh, okay. Hold on. That's not doing what I wanted to do. All right, hold on. Go ahead, Don. Talk about it again for a second.
No, and so when I think about stuff like that, it's certain things that just kind of comes to our mind on the fly, and it's like, how can I insert this into the conversation? And it takes a lot of, and I'm not saying every journalist is great, or we have, you know, or I have beef, you know, but it's constantly sharpening the tool. And I can't say that if that's not a space where somebody actually wants to be, they're not thinking about it like that. It's like, oh, this is the opportunity. I'm getting paid to be here, and I get to talk to celebrities, and now I get to go to this party. You know what I mean? So that's what we're mean. We're like, at this point, we've spoken about it before. At this point, everybody has phones. You have all these different media outlets or whatever, you know, blogs and all this stuff that breaks news just as if it's TMZ, right?
Mhm.
Everybody is a journalist. Social media and having a smartphone allows you to be that. But we go back to what is reputable, what is factual. And so maybe you don't break. Everybody wants to break the news story, but what happens when the breaking news is full of inaccuracies?
And hold on. I got it almost, y'all. Hold on.
Do we really need it?
Yeah, because it was interesting what he said there. It was
Okay.
interesting. I do want to quote. I do want to let him get his say off on that. But it's rendering now. It's just the interesting thing about this interview. Like, I did have some issues with some of his stuff that he was saying. But it's some of just old nigga talk, which I get it. You know, you just get older and you don't, have the same dispositions. Here we go.
Last year.
It was hard, really hard. I was like heartbroken.
Really?
Yeah. I'm glad we got right to that, so we could just get that out the way.
Okay.
Like, I was really heartbroken by like everything that occurred, with all like, we in the space now where it's just like, almost like consequence is not thought about enough. So everything is so instant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like that whole Busby.
The civil lawsuit that was dropped, dismissed.
That shit took a lot out of me. I was angry. I haven't been that angry in a long time. Uncontrollable anger. Like, you don't put that on someone. Like, that's the thing that you better be super sure. It used to be like that. Like, you have to be super sure before you put those kind of things on a person. Especially a person like me. Like, even when we were doing the worst things, we were doing bad, we had those kind of rules. There was a line, no women, no kids. You hear those sayings, but those are things that I took from the street. Morals, integrity.
Code.
Those things I took because we lived and died by that. So it's strict for me. Like, it meant a lot to me. I took that really hard. And I knew that we was gonna walk through that. We was gonna walk through that. Because, first of all, it's not true. And the truth is, at the end of the day, it still reigns supreme.
When you're feeling these feelings, how do you then bounce back and get back to being Jay-Z?
I don't know. This is the first thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Actually. It was just like, all right, man, we played enough defense. 2026 is all offense.
All right, Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like it's interesting, this whole, like, and the way the interviewer flowed with it, of like, you didn't talk over him, you just kind of added little things in there, you let them go, especially when you get into somebody like that. And then the last clip I want to play of this interview is when he talked about battle rapping. I'm just gonna play it here and we'll talk about it in a second.
Oh, see, I don't know nothing about no battle rap.
Hold on, I did something wrong myself. Oh, my bad, y'all.
Okay, so I know one of the things that he did mention in this case of the lawsuit being, announced and dropped, everything was the day that Blue was the premiere for Lion King for her. And so one of the conversations in the house was, does Jay-Z go or not, because this is Blue's moment. And it was decided that he would go because he talks about like how he was really emotional about that. He was like crying or whatever because he knew that this wasn't true, but also like not wanting to take the shine away from his kid.
But at the same time, you got to live though too.
And that's what it was. So ultimately, he was like, my family rallied behind me, and I went. So and it makes sense. So and not, like I said, like not negating anything from him or to take anything from the situation ahead, but it's a very that's a big accusation.
Yeah.
A huge accusation that has been made about me. And whether, you know, this just came out, I still have my family to protect and look out for, but I also have to look out for myself.
Yeah.
So like my mind, like it's double duty and going in overtime. So I you know, I'm not saying Jay-Z is perfect or anything like that, because I'm definitely not saying that. I don't have beef with him either. But it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you kind of look at the resilience of that and being able to push through and knowing that you wanted to kind of sink into the couch. Just like, you know, everybody else. That's what I would have been like, oh.
Like, ugh, like,
Yeah,
oh,
but you know,
man.
but that would never really do press anyway. So it wasn't like anybody was going to be able to infiltrate and say anything or get him thrown off. They don't really talk to the press anyway, for real, when it comes to stuff like that. So
now I do. Now, what I hope Jay-Z does do with these, and it's gonna be a lot more that's coming out with it and everything. So we ain't got to play the other clip, but I do hope that he does end up doing some form of Black-owned media, even if it's like the Griot. Something he ain't got to necessarily do the ones that everybody expect him to do. You could just do Roland Martin, and I mean, I'm just throwing
Gravity or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Something like that too, for then, because if you really want to, you know, flip it on, that's what I would do. Because you just basically you wanted me, and there's no disrespect to Jay. Jay has got to a certain level, and he shouldn't feel that way either. But at the same time, he has so much going on. Going on one of those podcasts is,
I think, and I don't want to say that it would be.
I don't know, because all those podcasts are great in their own way. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to say like he's better than that at any means, because ain't no man better than nothing. But
it would have to be something like I think it could potentially work if it's something that is very, very, very curated. So if he did go on the tramps, it would just be him and like what's the light, or like the light. I don't know if Nora will be, because he needs to be able to let him speak.
It's my DJ EFN.
Yes. So
now you know who we could do it with. That'd be Elliot Wilson. They used to be from. He's Rap Radar. He's Rap Radar. All that stuff. He's
okay.
He's the one that he's one of the first people that got like a big Will Smith interview, stuff like that.
I thought you were talking about Elliot Davis from You Paid.
No, you paid for it. No, Elliot Wilson. He's also married to Daniel.
I mean, he could probably talk to Speedy. Speedy is somebody that he would be able to connect with.
Yeah, but Speedy is not necessarily culture like that, like a hip hop culture. You got to get somebody like Elliot Wilson.
No, because Speedy's resume.
Oh no, I'm not disagreeing. I'm talking about
no. Because I mean,
hip hop culture. Speedy ain't doing shit for you, the nigga on the block.
No, I'm gonna have to disagree.
No,
that's me. Because here's the thing, like Speedy's worked for Complex with all the different people. So
I'm talking about Elliot Wilson, that was the editor of XXL magazine.
Okay, so you're saying this just based on
hip hop respect? Yes.
Okay.
And but he's big enough, and he's a good enough journalist too. So he has a little bit of both, is what I'm saying. He's a good enough journalist. He's a journalist. He used to work at The Source. His wife is Danielle Smith. They used to be the editor of Vibe as well. So they come from that pedigree, and he's got enough knowledge as well, because he's been around Jay and all of them to be able to do it as well. That's all.
Okay, that's fair. That's okay. Okay.
Well, Dom, do you have anything else you want to discuss before we get out of here?
No. Okay, wait.
Yeah, we got one more. My bad. Go ahead.
Have you seen DTF St. Louis?
What happened? What now?
Oh, okay. It is a show on HBO called DTF St. Louis.
Is that the one where it's like a murder, something like that?
It's with Jason Bateman. It is with the guy. Oh, what is his name?
Yeah. I saw the clips from that. How was that?
Okay. I'm gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a reel up about my qualms with this show, because I'm questioning the writer creator of DTF St. Louis, because nothing about this show speaks to St. Louis at all.
And it can be placed in St. Louis. You don't have to put it in the title like it was a part.
That's what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And so they shot the show in Georgia. They don't show anything that is St. Louis at all, and like the you cut into a scene, it's like a B-roll shot or whatever, like nothing. So, and even in certain scenes, they go to a Cardinals game and show a weird shot of the crowd. Like they show an overhead aerial shot of the crowd versus showing like a shot of Busch Stadium and then shooting
But
to
it was stock footage of a stadium.
It was like really random. And then like when the scene, they're clearly at a Cardinals game, people have Cardinals gear on. But I'm like, why shoot it like that? Why not show Busch Stadium and then go to the like them talking and having this dialogue inside the stadium? So no arch, make up a town called Twyla next door to it. And it's mainly all about this crime that happens and then the Twyla cop, like detective, comes to assist on it. So, and then you know what really,
it's not the first time Jason Bateman has done this though. He has another show where he is not based where he did the show, and it was super popular.
Oh, Ozark, yes, absolutely. Yes. Ozark was not. Which here's my thing. My question is, okay, what is the like? I know to transport, there's so many things that come into play, but I just know that I would think that to a certain extent, certain shit would just kind of price wise the same, or maybe slightly cheaper in a place like Missouri. And also the jobs that it would create. I think about stuff like that. But they
100%.
really had me messed up when they said that we had Albertsons.
That's what I'm saying. That's like I didn't even know research.
I was like, Albertsons. Oh baby, I hollered out. Like that's
you ain't put no snooks. You can at least put Shop and Save, even though Shop and Save closed. I would have give you credit that you at least tried.
But Albertsons.
Yeah, we don't have
Albertsons. So outside of the inaccuracies in St. Louis, only having one Quality Inn, which I think is at the airport, that means we barely have a Quality Inn because the affair is happening at this Quality Inn. I would say it's slow, but it's a good slow burn, and I do enjoy the ride, and the show is actually really good. But we got beef. Steve Conrad. We got beef.
Yeah. What else did he create? Let me see. Oh, this is one of his for. Oh no, he did a couple other ones. Okay.
Yeah, he has had a couple.
Okay. All right.
So that's all. I want you to watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check this out.
Please check it out. It is actually pretty good outside of its inaccuracies.
All right, where can people hit you at, Dom?
You can hit me up wherever you social network at St. Angela's. Yeah, that's all I got. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share every podcast on the SLOC network.
Yeah, mentioning that, make sure you vote in the 90s group tournament bracket. It'll be in the show notes below. Or you can go to Only Listen to 90s Music on Facebook, or to their show on here is YouTube as well.
It'll be in the show notes.
Show notes. Click and vote. It's crazy, man. It took me. It's an official bracket. 64 different R&B groups of the 90s.
Yeah,
only one could be champion. Who you got winning the whole thing? You feel like, Dom, before we get
on? Now that's a really good question. I mean, if it.
Or what's a sleeper for you that's going you think it go farther than people think? Let's do that. Let's do that.
Okay, can I look at the list?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Because you sent me. I'm trying to hurry up because
you can click the bracket if you want to. It's like a full thing.
Okay. Okay, and I'm sorry because I know you have to. Oh my God, I have to register. Okay.
We'll talk about it.
I just want to, and I'm just like I'm trying to hurry up, and because okay, cool. So I can share it with the audience. Oh my God, it's sending me an email, Darryl. Oh my God. Okay. I love that. This is the great thing about an iPhone. It sent me, it can get the code from your email. It can pull it
automatically. Yeah, pull it automatically. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I missed the first round. So, I don't know. Like, okay, based on the OG, I'm gonna do this based on the the list you sent me, the first round.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's where is it? Okay, y'all, look. I'm trying to remember it because it was so many people and it was groups that I forgot about. I can't find it, Darryl. I can't find it. And so, and I'm scrolling too fast and I'm freaking out. And I don't know. Oh, here it is. I got it. Let me slow down. Cut all of that out. So, okay. So when this goes, so it's each tier. So it's New Jack Swing, We So Pretty, We Singing, Bad Boys, /
Girls regions. 4 regions. Okay. Yes.
Okay. So my question is it like then from each category, then they go against each category?
No. You got to win your whole region and get to the finals.
Okay. So
you
like
only compete against everybody in your region.
Okay. And okay. For some reason, okay, I'm going to go to the New Jack Swing era. And I feel like you want to know what's crazy is that I feel like So For Real may surprise people. Because I'm looking, because I'm like, okay, I see the deal. I love the deal. But I did like, but then you think of that one song, but then it kind of from the deal, it goes to they kind of split off because then shouldn't that technically be what's the other after Ready or Not?
Some after 7.
After 7, yeah. I was almost say after 6. Yeah, I feel like that should be slashed.
That's a whole other group after 6.
But was it no? I thought okay.
No, I'm saying I'm making funny. It's like if somebody's saying like, oh man, my group called after 6. They after 6.
Yeah, that is a whole nother group. But I'm like, you're this like I want to be correct. This is the deal with Babyface, right?
Yes.
Okay. But I feel like you can segue that into after 7. That should be a slash.
It's 2 different sets of groups, 2 different cities they from too.
Really? I feel like it because he okay, I'll let you have. Yes, you're correct. But I feel like, but you see what I'm saying? Because I'm like, but okay. But I would take the deal out and I don't see after 7. Oh, I do see. Oh, okay. I dropped the ball on this. But I still think So For Real. I think So For Real is gonna be the surprise because people just think of like the one song, but they did have a really great follow-up single and they could sing.
Yeah, hey, I'm just saying.
And they are still very relevant to today.
They are. Even though I think the lead singer, his voice changed, so which kind of messed him up a little bit.
Didn't he do drugs or something?
No, I don't think so. You're thinking about High Five.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, you think about Tony
I'm
Tom?
confusing my black groups. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't cuss me out. Because they love to cuss me out. Dom, do better. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm working on it. So yes, I think that might be because you got High Five, New Edition, Guy, Portrait. Okay, what's the Portrait song?
Here We Go Again.
Can you sing it for me?
Here we go.
Okay, that's out.
Here we go again.
I don't know. I think, or it might be the Boys, because I know how people love the fucking Boys.
The Boys are hard. Are hard.
I think that's gonna be interesting to see what happens. And I saw people already kind of responding to it on 90s. Like I saw Curtis Conrad respond. Shout out to Curtis. Like this was really tough for me. Like some of the mashups.
That's the point.
Yeah, I love stuff like this though.
Yeah, that's the point. Yes. All right. Well, we're gonna get ready to get out of here. We will see everybody, and we'll see y'all soon. Peace.